Hey, what's up everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. Today I'm continuing my 2021 year-end top 10s as we roll into 2022. And we're going to start off with the 130-pound Super Featherweight Division. We start with the dropouts, all the guys that were in the top 10 last year and that dropped out of the top 10 heading into this year. So there's quite a few guys actually. I believe we have 7 that dropped out. First up is former WBA regular champion Andrew Cancio. He didn't fight at all. He was previously tied for 10th. He did not fight at all in 2021, and that marks a full 2 calendar years that he did not fight. He didn't fight in 2020 either. He was rolling in, still ranked because he lost his title in when was it? I believe it was November of 2019. And, you know, he had done enough defeating Alberto Machado back-to-back. But the loss to Alvarado definitely derailed him. But he kept having dates postponed. I think he was even in line to fight Shakur Stevenson at some point. But he never got going into a fight, so I dropped him out of the top 10 this year. Hopefully he can bounce back at some point. He's currently not ranked by any of the governing bodies. He's 33 years old. He needs to bounce back at some point if he's going to get back into serious contention. Also dropping out is 31-year-old former IBF champion Tevin Farmer, who did not fight at all in 2021 either. He had, the last time he fought was in the end of January of 2020 when he lost the IBF title to Jojo Diaz Jr. in a close fight. And he spent the remainder of the year trying to land a rematch with Jojo Diaz, and it never came to fruition, and he never returned. I know the rumor was that he was going to be moving up to lightweight, but we never saw him come back. So at 31, you know, we want to see him come back. He previously was number 9. He's ranked 5th in the WBC at Super Featherweight, so hopefully he can jump back into the mix at some point, but I haven't heard anything on his return. Hopefully it's sometime soon. Next up is 32-year-old former WBA regular champion Rene Alvarado. He entered the year number 7, and you know was coming off of I don't believe he fought in 2020 at all, but he had won the title at the end of 2019, defeating Andrew Cancio in their rematch. And heading into this one, he was trying to you know, prove that he was a legitimate champion on the rise at 130. The very beginning of the year, he took on Roger Gutierrez, a guy that he stopped years before. This time, it was a different story. It was a very good fight. Gutierrez put Alvarado down a couple times early, and then Alvarado seemed to outwork Gutierrez, but then Gutierrez in the 12th round got put down again. That spelled the difference as, he put Alvarado down again in the 12th round. That spelled the difference as Gutierrez went on to win by a 1 point on all 3 judges' scorecards and upset Rene Alvarado in their rematch, capturing the WBA regular title. That was their, you know, rematch from years before. So they ended up fighting again. Alvarado came back in August to challenge Gutierrez for a 3rd time. I personally picked Alvarado in this one, and Gutierrez this time outboxed and outworked Alvarado without a problem, it seemed like. It was, you know, Alvarado had his moments, but he would lose back-to-back fights to Gutierrez and a failed title attempt. Then after that, in December, Alvarado came back and took on Lamont Roach Jr., and he got beat for a 3rd time in 2021, losing a one-sided 10-round unanimous decision to Lamont Roach. And Alvarado has cleanly dropped out of the top 10 because of 3 consecutive losses. So, you know, tough break for Rene Alvarado. He's 32 now. Not sure what he's going to do. I mean, the thing Alvarado's got working for him is what he had working for him when he captured the belt. As he is a gatekeeper type fighter, you know. And most people are going to look at him like that, so he'll get opportunities. But following those, I don't know how serious of an opportunity he's going to get, you know, and how much in serious contention he's going to be, but we'll see. Next to drop out is 34-year-old former 2-division champion Carl Frampton. Entered the year trying to capture a title in his 3rd different weight class, as he had a showdown lined up with Jamel Herring and people thought it was going to be a close fight. I personally did. I picked Herring to win still, but Herring dominated Carl Frampton in this one. Frampton was just undersized for 130 against a legit 130-pounder in Jamel Herring. He got dominated. He got put down and stopped in the 6th round, and that was all she wrote for Carl Frampton. He would end his year after that. He was number 5 coming in to the year. He drops out also because he has decided to retire from boxing. So a great career, Carl Frampton. I'll discuss him retiring from boxing. I'll discuss that in a later video. But tough break for him, and you know, see what he does next time, or see what happens moving forward if he decides to come back. Also dropping out is 33-year-old former 4 division champion Leo Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz entered the year number 4, I believe, and he didn't fight in 2021, but he was entering the year coming off of the knockout loss of the year to Jervante Davis in October of 2020. He got laid out on Halloween night against Tank Davis. He fought his ass off. It was a good fight, but Tank Davis caught him cold and put him out. And, you know, we didn't know when he was going to come back. We figured he was going to take some time off. We didn't know when he was going to come back. There was rumors about him coming back at the end of the year. And then finally the WBA put the clamps on him because technically he's still champion at featherweight. And they told him, hey, if you want to stay champion at 126, you're going to have to confirm that you are going to fight the winner of Michael Conlon and Lee Wood. And right at the end of the year, he confirmed that. So Santa Cruz will be returning in February at 126, and that's why he's dropped out of the top 10 here. And he's going to pursue his career at 126. Also dropping out is 29-year-old former IBF champion Jojo Diaz. He was number 3 coming into the year, and in February he had a mandatory title defense against Shavkat Rakhimov lined up, and he missed weight by a lot for the fight. The fight went forward, and he ended up fighting to a draw with Rakhimov. And then he got the opportunity in July to move up to lightweight, and he went up and he defeated Javier Fortuna, and then he got an opportunity to challenge for the IBF, or for the WBC title against Devin Haney, and he would lose that. But it looks like he's pursuing his career at 135 lightweight. Those are his last 2 fights. So I'm gonna rank him as a lightweight. That's just where I'm gonna keep him. I'm not gonna move him any more than lightweight because, you know, he technically fought at lightweight in his last fight, and I think his last 2 fights, and I think that's where the bigger names are and the bigger fights for him, and I think that's what he's gonna pursue. So I'm keeping him here for the time being. I do think he could move back down to 130 and you know, go from there. But we'll discuss Jojo Diaz a little bit more in detail when we go to the lightweight top 10s. He'll definitely have his own video. But the last guy to drop out is Jervante Tank Davis, who entered the year tied for first at 130. He entered the year tied for first, and he's 27 years old, but the reason he dropped out is basically he moved up in weight. After he knocked out Leo Santa Cruz, that was his last day at 130. You know, his last fight at 130. He wanted to pursue a career. He went up to 140 this year, captured a secondary belt there, then came back down to lightweight and defended. And that's where he's going to be remaining, is in the lightweight division. We'll discuss Tank Davis more in detail when he gets his own video in the lightweight division. But those are the 7 guys that dropped out. So super featherweight is completely turned over, and we'll start getting into the individual videos of the guys in the top 10 as we after this video. But those are the dropouts for the 130-pound super featherweight division for my 2021 year-end top 10s, highlighted by Jervante Tank Davis. I hope you guys enjoyed it. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.